All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. All right, this lesson is going to be inspired from, the upcoming fight, pre-fight press conference between Khabib and Justin, um, Nurmagomedov and Gaethje. Um, and I like watching, keeping up with UFC and martial arts because I wrestled, I have experience in it, and it's a good because if you've ever done these things, it teaches you a really good mindset. Whenever you hear these people in press conferences, they uh, you get to tap into their like warrior mindset. And for instance, I got this at this marker, um, and a few scriptures popped in my mind, and I'm gonna make it quick, but it's really motivating to watch, and especially if you can grab precepts to back it up.
Big fight. We know that 30-0 mark is out there for you. We don't know who it might be, but if you win this fight and 30-0 is on the line, when would you like to have that next fight? Do you have a date plan that you think that's when I'd like to go for 30-0?
Honestly, I don't like this word if. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. And I'm focused on Justin Gaethje this Saturday night. And what UFC have after this fight, I think you guys have to ask this guy because he.
But yeah, he said um, the interviewer was asking him about because his record right now is 28-0, and I think the record for like longest record undefeated, he would beat it at 30-0, which is like a perfect record. And he said, I don't like this word if, you know, I'm just focused at the fight at hand, so on and so forth. That's all he's worried about. That's in the scriptures. This is Matthew 6:25. It says, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? So I mean, hey, that's the kind of mindset that we have to be in this truth. Don't worry about the things tomorrow, man. Worry about the worries at hand. Today's problems. You know, and really today's problems you shouldn't even fret about. You gotta have faith in the Most High that hey, you're gonna push through it, man. It says, Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet ye, your heavenly Father, feedeth them. Are ye not much better than? Are ye not much better than they? Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow; they toil not, neither do they spin. So when you look at the plants, they grow. They don't have 9 to 5 jobs. So hey, don't worry about a 9 to 5, man. Especially when you go into you know the stories of the prophets, in the scriptures, how they were taken care of, or another example is when Israel was getting led out of Egypt. The Most High made it rain, man, mammon, bread, like heavenly bread out of the skies, man. So don't worry about you know anything. Fear not, man. You know. That was one thing. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, and another thing too. Like they talk about how they're each of their game plans, right? And they respect each other, like a lot. They know that each other are deadly in certain situations. So they have different game plans to stay away from uh, um, like for example, Khabib, whenever you watch all of his fights, he likes to hold you down in the corner, on the fence and on the ground, wear you out, and grapple you up and ground and pound. And Gaethje, his game plan is to only wrestle away from the fence and keep the fight standing up. Um, and each other are just trying to fight their own fight. They're not trying to, you know, try to better themselves during training in each other's realms. They're trying to better themselves in their own strengths. And it made me think of this. This is Sirach 37 and 27. It says, "My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it." So, hey, in this truth, you got to find out what your weaknesses are. If you have any type of temptation or problem, let's say, for instance, girls. Like if girls are constantly taking your attention away from this truth, hey man, delete those contacts from your phone. Just be like, fuck it, be done with them, man. Break their hearts. You gotta worry about your salvation, man. What's that? If your right hand offend thee. Yeah, this is Matthew 5 and 30. "And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell." So if you got, trimming, man, it's just evaluating yourselves, and that's what these athletes do. They evaluate themselves. They see, hey, what works and what doesn't work for them. God damn it. They see what works and what doesn't work for them, and they adjust. They make that their fighting style. If like, you know, because Khabib got to the championship, doing Russian wrestling and unorthodox striking. There's no point in him to learn traditional boxing if the unorthodox striking has got him this far. It's unprofitable, so he's not going to do that. He's going to stick to what he does best. Same thing for brothers in this truth. Hey, just just stick to what and improve on your strengths. Let's see. Yeah, and also, every time I think about fighters or any athletes, really, this is 1 Corinthians 9. I'll start at 24. "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things." These hey, these dudes are temperate, man. Which, temperate means like discipline, you know. They say all the money that their family members give them, like it all goes towards fighting. Like they don't. This is all they do. It's just wrestle, strike, and invest in their diets, which isn't much because they gotta make weight. But it says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway." So hey, we got to be temperate in all things, because we're spiritual athletes out here. We're fighting for that crown of life. Hey, Yahushua in Revelation said that he has a reward for the wicked and the righteous. We want that righteous reward, all right? we don't want to settle for that that fucking participation ribbon. Hell no, we want that golden medal, man. That golden crown. But let's see. I also had this. Uh, yeah, it's Philippians 3:8. Yeah, doubtless I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahushua my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahushua. Yeah, and that's another thing too that uh, Khabib was talking about was it was later on in the interview, but they asked him about if um, about like fame and uh, the whole thing that happened with his dad, if it's been like a distraction, and he's like, man, I don't really worry about all of that, like he said before, like um, he only has to focus on fighting because everything that he gets, like he said, anything can happen. I could die tomorrow, my family members can die tomorrow. So he just counts it all as loss whenever they go into the ring, man. I think Gaethje said that too. Like they asked him about his parents, being able to fly internationally for the first time. He was like, "Yeah, it's good to have them here, but really, whenever I step into the ring, like all that goes to the place side." So that's how you should be, in this truth, man. Any little gifts, any little, let's say you get a raise, let's say you run into some money, you might run into a girl, you gotta count it all as loss, man, for the excellency that you might win your house shot, you know. But yeah, with that, I hope this video was edifying. This is gonna be a good fight as a side note. Um, but yeah, once again, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Shalom.